So I've decided to, try recording some voice over these training videos. I mostly want these to serve as, some kind of journal for me, like a spoken journal to really understand how I felt on the day of the training and, really keep track of my progress and how the training is feeling. So today was a deadlift day primarily. Did some squats as well, but mostly deadlifts. That's what my juggernaut training was. And I first of all started off with some heavy-ish reps, 75% of my training max. And I just hit 5 reps of that, and that felt really good. I think that weight is pretty good. So after that, I then went straight into the Juggernaut specific training. If you don't know about the Juggernaut program, definitely check it out. I mean, I've made quite a bit of progress on that program. I think is, a worthwhile thing to check out. But then I then went to the Juggernaut specific training. I added the heavy training just as a way to, incorporate heavy work because there's quite a bit of, you know, um, like load management and Juggernaut. I think it's nice to just be able to expose myself to heavy loads. But then I went to the Juggernaut training and I'm currently on the intensification phase, of the tens wave. So it's sort of like set up in different waves. There's a tens, eights, fives, and threes wave, and each wave has an accumulation, intensification, and realization phase. So I'm currently intensification of tens, and yeah, I mean, the weight felt good. I did everything beltless on the sumo deadlifts. And then this was the AMRAP set, so the as many reps as possible set. And instead of doing a true as many reps as possible, I decided to stick to 15 reps, and that's because I'd already done the heavy-ish work beforehand. So I decided that I'm gonna, cap off my AMRAP sets at 1.5 of whatever the minimum recommended reps are. And by the way, I only do these heavy sets just on my intensification week. I do a heavy single on the accumulation week, but then is more so just like an over warm up as opposed to like a truly heavy single. So I just warm up at a little bit above, my intended training weight, and then go down and then do my juggernaut specific training. But I hit the 15 reps. Felt good. Maybe I had a few more in the tank. Uh probably a few more in the tank, but I decided to just stop at the 15. Maybe I could have, gone maybe I don't know, a few more maybe, but it felt good. I like my form on these. And I've been training conventional deadlifts as well. I think that is just nice for my training my upper back tightness. So that's something I, incorporate as an accessory. So I do that after my, my competition deadlifts. I do some conventional deadlifts. Currently I'm at about 295 pounds for 10 reps, and that's 3 sets of 10. Um, so I do it as an accessory. I think I like it as an accessory. That way it feels pretty good. Some days it feels heavier than others, but most days it feels pretty good. I usually do these belted. I could probably try doing them beltless, but it feels good beltless, and it's pretty much an accessory, so it's fine. Uh, yeah, I really like conventional deadlifts, and I'm actually really considering, perhaps sometime in the future, maybe after my competition, I'll just, focus a training block on just conventional deadlifts. I think that'd be a really nice thing to try. Like, I want to really see how much I could push my conventional deadlifts. I feel like I've, been locking in the form pretty nicely recently, so it's something I want to push and see how, how strong I can get in these, and if that can even really, affect my competition, my sumo deadlift, and if I could even surpass my sumo deadlift. But then in terms of other accessories on the deadlift day, I also did like to do some pause squats. It's a nice way to, add some more frequency to my squat training. This is the only other day I do squatting, and I really love squatting. So I try to, you know, I think the main issue for me is actually keeping my squatting volume under control. Because left to me, I'll just be squatting every day. Well, mostly almost every day. But yeah, overall, the squats are feeling good, man. Like they always feel good. I went from initially I was doing sets of 9, pause squat sets of 9, but I'm currently at sets of 10, and the sets of 10 are feeling good right now. So I'll probably stick with this 275 for sets of 10 until I've totally mastered these, and maybe I would increase it by about 10 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. I'll see how I'm feeling. But this really is an accessory. But yeah, they're feeling pretty strong. Maybe I could focus on, pausing a little bit longer. Maybe try to do a 2 count pause and, still try to keep it at sets of 10 and see how that affects. Yeah, another thing to note is that I remember last week when I did these pause squats, my hip flexors were feeling kind of tight. Like it was almost like I was about to get, a similar hip issue I had had in the past. But I've been focusing on a bunch of stretching, stretching my quads, my hip flexors, all the big muscles, and some of the smaller ones like the adductors. I realized that funny enough, it seems like stretching my adductors actually helps with my hip flexor tightness, which I can't really explain right now. But yeah, I just stretch everything around the hip, and it was feeling great today. I was feeling so loose today. Like sometimes when I, get to the bottom of the pulse squat, I feel like a lot of tightness in my adductors, but today zero tightness. My hip flexors felt great. Everything felt great. So I just need to, really discipline myself and stick with the stretching. And that's something I plan to do. And